guys, so today's video I'm going to be talking about how my parents reacted to me being friends with Kayla. Some of you may not know, but my best friend's name is Kayla. We've been friends for about 10 years. We met when I think I was a sophomore. And she was a senior. So, no, I think I was a freshman. I was a freshman because I remember she was a senior and my sister graduated a year after her. So, I met her senior year, and she was in a relationship with someone I was friends with, and so like we automatically like kind of became friends because when they were having problems, Kayla would come to me and tell me like, oh, this, that, and that, you know. So eventually they broke up, and we remained friends. Me and the girl, we stopped being friends because, I don't know, it was kind of like, she was just like a very like toxic person. So when she was going through some stuff, I'm talking about the girl, by the way, when that girl was going through some stuff, she would bring everybody into her drama. So it was just like, eventually she cut everybody off that was her friend, and she was a mess. Like, if I could tell you guys every story that like the shit that she has made up is ridiculous. I think Kayla has a story time about one of the worst relationships that she's been in. That was the girl that I was friends with and she was with. So I am sitting on my patio, so if you guys hear a lot of like construction, I'm sorry, but it's either that or I go inside, and I'd rather be out here. Me and Kayla would always hang out. She would come to my house. We would sit in the driveway in her car. We would listen to music. We would talk. We would sit in the car for hours. That's the funny part. And eventually it was time to go home because we couldn't sit in the car all night. So I remember this one time we were actually hanging out in the car, and my mom, she had just come home, and she was like, I think like she was going somewhere with my sister, so she called my sister outside and she was like, who is Diana in the car with? Like, who is that? And this is what my sister told me when I got in the house. And so she told her, she was like, oh, that's Kayla, that's Diana's friend, blah blah blah. And my mom was basically saying like, oh, why is she friends with that girl? That girl is dressed like a guy. Like, she doesn't need to be friends with somebody like that. And to me, honestly, I was just like, I'm gonna be friends with who I want to be friends with, so your opinion does not matter. That was like the first time my mom actually saw her, and she was just like, you need to not befriend that girl. Why is she dressing like a guy? Blah 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 blah. So she already knew, like, if she's dressing like a guy, obviously that means that she's gay. So of course I don't listen, I don't care. That's my friend. I'm not going nowhere. So I used to go to Kayla's house. We would hang out. I met her stepmom and her dad, and my sister's senior year, she was graduating. I introduced Kayla to my dad. And so my dad, he was just like he was sizing her up and down. And he was like, who the hell is this? Like, and why is she dressed like that? That's how I knew exactly, like, that's what he was thinking. I went to her house, we hung out after the graduation, and then she brought me home. And when I was home, my dad, he actually, like, he was laying on the couch and he like called me and he was like, oh, Diana, who's that girl that like you introduced me to? And I was just like, that's my friend. And he was like, oh well, I don't think you should be friends with somebody like that. You don't need to be friends with her. And I got annoyed and I just walked away, because it was just like, I could be friends with who I want to be friends with. That's what y'all don't understand. Like, just because you do not approve of gay people, lesbians, doesn't mean I can't be friends with them. You know what I mean? So I always felt like my parents thought just because I was friends with Kayla, I was gonna be gay. And even if I was to turn out gay, like, I wonder, like, how would they have reacted, you know? Because yes, I was friends with Kayla, and I'm still Diana. I'm still strictly Dickly. So it's like, I don't understand. Y'all was trying to prevent me from her, but I'm still me. That's what I feel like some Haitian parents don't understand. Is just like, or any Caribbean parents, or any parents that don't understand why their child is friends with someone who's lesbian or gay. It's just like, they're still a person at the end of the day. They just choose to be with the same sex. So let's fast forward to this day. Today, my mom and Kayla are actually pretty, I'm not gonna say they're pretty close, but my mom has Kayla's phone number. We actually went on vacation with her, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, and it's just like, it's so different from how it was when I first, like, when me and Kayla first started being friends. It's just it's like a whole, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, a whole 360 basically. And I am happy that I'm able to, like, be friends with Kayla, and it's not a problem. I have a necklace. It's not this one. It has like a little angel on it, and Kayla, before I moved to New York, she gave it to me, and she was like, oh, this is so you can remember me, blah blah. I had taken off my necklace one time, and it had her ring on it, and I had put it on the table, because I had, you know, like, if anybody knows, when you're blow drying your hair and you're wearing a necklace, your necklace gets really hot and it feels like your neck is burning. So I didn't want that to happen, so I took my necklace off, and the ring was on it. I put it on the table, and when I went back for it, it was gone. And I was asking my mom, I was like, where's the ring? It was right here, blah blah blah. And to this day, I don't think even if I ask her, she's gonna admit it, but I know she took it and she probably flushed it in the toilet. And it's just like, just be truthful and say that you threw it away, you know? Because it didn't just walk off the table and just is boom gone. But I mean, that really hurt my feelings, because I was like, that's the only thing I had to remember Kayla, and now I don't have it. But I do want to one day, like, give Kayla another ring that looked like that one. So I just want to say, like, one thing. If you are a parent, a Haitian parent, Caribbean parent, or any parent, if your child brings home a lesbian, gay, transgender home, and you don't approve, behind your back, they're still gonna hang out with that person. So I think you should just accept them having that friendship and being friends, instead of trying to stop the friendship or whatever. And if you are thinking just like how my parents were thinking, oh, that maybe she's gonna become gay, that's why I don't want her to be friends with her, so what? You're just gonna have to accept it if that's what happens. But yeah, it wasn't like a real big story as to how, like, my parents reacted to her. It's just kind of typical of some parents to not accept someone because they're different and you want to be friends with them. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, like it, and subscribe. Bye.